Right, hello everybody, welcome to Clickbait Crypto, and I'm just going to tell you about what an alt season might end up looking like, and then we might get confirmation of this. We'll call it an alt season, but you know what I mean. Just a prolonged period, or a period of time where altcoins outperform Bitcoin. Might be a day, might be a week, but there's a signal which is brewing across a lot of altcoins, not all of them. It's not on Ethereum, which is a shame, but a lot of the others, the big ones, and also the Total 2 and Total 3 and others. So basically altcoins are brewing a very good setup. Now I remember a similar kind of setup really that took place. It was brewing around the end of 2020 leading into 2021. Now I'm not saying this is going to be a phenomenal alt season like 2021. I'm just saying it's a similar scenario. So we were looking at it on the Patreon. We sort of recognised that a lot of altcoins are brewing the same thing, and so is the Total 2. And it's basically an itchy cloud signal. It's a trend signal where the conversion baseline makes a cross above the cloud. So the conversion and baseline made a negative cross so far above the cloud. Prior to that, the cross was below the cloud, which gave us a pump signal, which gave us this rally here. So that's gone now. That's faded. And now the next thing will be a positive cross, but above the cloud. We'll have the Chiku spend needs to be above the price, and the price action also needs to be above the cloud. And then that gives you a setup and a signal that you can trade. You enter into the trade, and then you exit the trade when you get a negative cross or the Chiku span closes in the cloud. I'll leave a link or a floating little thing somewhere on this video now where you can understand the way to use the Ichimoku cloud in this type of setup. So there's a number of ways you can use the Ichi cloud. Trend signal is one of them, and there's a link somewhere floating around on the screen if you want to learn it. Now, that's the Total 2. So just as an example, we've got BNB, one of the top cap coins, looking to brew one of these signals now. So we've got the conversion baseline cross negative. The next cross is going to take place above the cloud, and so long as we're floating above the Bollinger Band around 576, we'll get that cross probably at some point next week. BNB, I think, is it in the top 3? It's definitely still in the top 5. I'm not entirely sure. It moves around so frequently. But yeah, that's brewing one. I mean, this is just the residual from yesterday's stream. So this NIA has yet to make a negative cross, to be honest with you. But if it were to get a negative cross, go positive, then we get a signal. PondiX, one of my favourites, will be brewing a positive cross above 43 cents. Algo would get one even above 13.5. XRP would get one if we can just get ourselves back up towards 58 cents, which sounds crazy, but it could happen very quickly and easily. Dogecoin, one of the top cap coins, and that would be getting one above 11.5. So this is just a few that have been floating around, like I say. Unfortunately, Ethereum's far from getting one. So, look, if all these altcoins, and again, you know, a lot of altcoins, if they get those trend signals, trends become they effectively give you the entry point, and then you exit later on when you get the negative cross. So I remember it. I remember watching these in 2020 and thinking, this is good. We're looking like we're going to be brewing something special here. And we did. And we had a very good alt season that was continuous. And even on the Patreon or on the on my tutorial videos that I think are available on YouTube for free, I'm not sure. I explained one of the Itchy Cloud setups in the form of a tutorial, and then over the course of a couple of months we watched it play out, and it yielded a 10x, and that was on FET. So look, these things don't always work, but they often do. Others, so this is the crypto market cap excluding the top 10. We are almost confirming the trend signal already. So you can see this blue, you can see this red, we've got the negative cross. The blue is very steep. We might even get this positive cross tomorrow, to be honest, confirmed tomorrow, and that would be a trend signal on this chart, on the daily as well. So you enter into it and then you exit out of it when the opposite thing happens. Now, look, we're waiting for a signal here. We're not buying into a signal that hasn't happened. We're waiting for this signal because this signal will give the extra confidence that trends are in play. And when trends are in play, we make money, at least from spot positions. Do you know what I mean? So I like it. I thought I'd bring it to your attention. It could be a very exciting week next week. We really honestly could be looking at the beginning of a significant period in the market where we could be seeing several 100% yielded from some altcoins, not all, but some altcoins. And the beauty of these signals, if they work, that would be, because again, it's not a 100% guarantee, but if it were to work, The beauty is that you enter in when the signal is generated, and it's one of the only indicators that gives you an exit point. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when the trend has finished, or should I say, when to get out of the trend. You'll not catch the bottom. You'll be like, oh, I wanted to catch this low, but the Itchy Cloud couldn't do that. No, it's not about that. I didn't get the all-time high. I didn't get the absolute top. The Itchy Cloud didn't tell me. No. Did you make money? Eh? Did you make money? I urge you to watch the tutorial that I show and the example that I give. And again, I've made a couple of tutorials. I don't know which one I'll be able to show you, but one of them was before the trend actually kicked in. But the example I always use is the same. I made two tutorials about it. One, which is when the conversion baseline gave us the trend signal, and then another one to say, look, that's what happened, and it did yield a 10x. But that doesn't mean that these signals yield a 10x. They just tell you a trend. A trend is in play. That's all they say. They say, right, trend is in play. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. I'll let you know when it's finished. Anyway, I'm just putting it to you now that there is evidence that next week can confirm a trend signal for altcoins. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying buy now. I'm not saying this is going to be the best thing ever guaranteed. No, I'm saying keep your eyes on the prize. There's power in numbers, especially when it comes to market cap. If all these altcoins start doing the same thing, you'll see the total 2 do the same thing, and others do the same thing. And also, it's interesting to recognise that the dominance chart, although sort of finding a resistance around 58.5% dominance, where we expected it to, it hasn't actually gone back up there. If you look at the momentum, so much bearish divergence on this daily, lots on the weekly as well. Recognise this on the weekly, bang, 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 and even these smaller parts that haven't yet confirmed they will when it closes. And on the monthly, you've got lots of drives of hidden bearish divergence. So look, there is a very good chance, really, and a very, very good chance, and I really mean it, of an alt season starting, well, possibly even already starting. I mean, we did assume that we were going to get some kind of alt season when we hit this area. I was saying, okay, this could be it, just based on support resistance. But now what we're seeing is something else, and I like to think of it in terms of cars going up gears. So we've had first gear. There's only so far you can take it. Maybe we're going into second gear now. Third gear would be when daily moving averages start to cross up into the right place. I mean, you could look back at this now and go, well, actually, yeah, looking at it now, that looks like accumulation to me. And then uptrends begin when you get sort of golden crosses like this, and then you get supports above the golden cross, then you move up higher and higher. So that would be third gear. Fourth gear and fifth gear would be something like this, blow off tops. You know? So that's what we're looking for, that's what we're looking at, that's what we're waiting for, that's what we're kind of expecting to happen anyway, but confirmation will exist probably over the next few days into next week, and it could be epic. All right, I'm going to leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.